Senator Craven, obviously there was a little bit of a dust-up over whether Mr. Alexander would not or would appear. Was that simply a mistake in clerical error? What was it?
No, it was not a mistake in clerical error. Actually, that was the chair's decision. We had invited Mr. Alexander to come before the report came out. And then when it came out, we thought, oh, well, we will probably just read the report because of time constraints, but then had second thoughts about that and thought we should invite him back. And we're delighted that he's here.
Senator, where are we on this $119 million deficit in the Medicaid budget, the HHS? Have you had a chance to get any briefing on that? What do you know?
No, we have not at all. I don't know if Appropriations got briefings yesterday. I'm not surprised that we have all of that deficit because of, mismanagement in this department. All for the last several quarters is just amazing to me, and I am not surprised that because of mismanagement that we are in the hole for $119 million.
Republicans are already saying that this is a revenue problem. This isn't really it's not a revenue problem, and in fact it's a spending problem. And that the solution has to be found within the current parameters of Medicaid spending, and they hope to be working with Democrats on a plan to actually reduce the amount of money that we're spending on Medicaid programs rather than expand them.
Well, that's a big question. I'm not sure if you're talking about the the Medicaid expansion that is going on with the Affordable Care Act. Or are you talking about the current budgets, which has nothing to do with expansion, really? We budgeted for our expenditures last year, and we actually have reductions in clientele that we're receiving main care, and we should have been saving money as opposed to all of the mismanagement that caused, including making double payments to cost of care to nursing homes and PMIs, long-term care, that they've never fixed in the budget. I mean, I could talk about mismanagement all afternoon, including shredding, the CDC shredding documents that was hidden from the public.
But that didn't cause the Medicaid budget shortfall.
No, it didn't. But I'm talking about the mismanagement
what sort of mismanagement do you blame for this budget problems?
Well, I mean, you could look at Riverview for one thing. You could look at MIMS not being able to process the proper reimbursement for cost of care for long-term care. That the state auditor called out $29 million missing this last month when she came in front of us. We were missing $19 million out of Riverview, and just when we have reduced the amount of main care clients, why is it costing us more? Suppose that the department is saying is costing us more.
Didn't the MIMS situation go back to the previous administration, though?
It was built under the previous administration. This administration was in place when it went online, and it came with bugs, obviously, but that's been 3 years, and it's still not addressed. And I would probably say as well that Molina was paid for that, and that it was never addressed to make sure or that it required fixing in that area. That's a lot of money over 3 years.
Quick question about Mr. Alexander's report. I know you haven't had your session with him yet. Do you find it credible?
No, I do not. And from reports that we've gotten from OFPR and from Charlie Kogan and from others that have looked at the numbers just doesn't seem to be accurate. And I'm not sure how he came to the end result. But we're not really surprised. I mean, I think that we expected this report to be pretty much as dictated, so to speak, by the administration, and that he had to work with the numbers that he was given.
Are you concerned at all about people leaving private insurance and enrolling in Medicaid?
No, I mean, we are Truthfully, Maine, I think, is the poster child for expansion. We had a waiver for the past 10 years here in Maine for non-categorical adults, and there was never an incident of them leaving their private insurance to take on Medicare.
There was never an incident
So we're
of someone
doing a
leaving
question for Mario,
Medicaid?
and then we have to get into the
Senator Craven, I mean, you talked about the numbers that were present in the Alexander Group report, and in order to really examine this Medicaid question, I imagine you guys are reading the same numbers. Are you being given the same kind of access to the HHS data that Mr. Alexander was given?
In bits and pieces, I suppose. I don't know what Mr. Alexander was given from the department. We have reports that are given to us from time to time, and you know, obviously appropriations are given the numbers, however accurate or inaccurate that may be. And I don't know, but I'm assuming, I don't know, but what happened was that the numbers that he used, that Mr. Alexander used in the report, for example, didn't consider the savings opportunities that's been put in place by the department in the past year or so.
Just to confirm.